All right, quick video here. We're gonna make a wall niche. Is that what we're doing? No, we're doing an alcove. It's gonna be a radius, an arched ceiling alcove. Boy, hopefully we are anyways. Here's what I would say. Go ahead and draw in a room to be your alcove, okay? Draw in a room to be your alcove. And then once you've got this to the depth that you need it to be, so I mean, I could snap this down to here, hit tab or enter input, and then subtract the exact offset that I want this to be, so 24 inches in that case. Now, if in your settings you have it set so that your walls in general wall settings are not auto-merging collinear walls, this trick works really, really well, which is that I'm just going to use this continuation handle to draw out another length of wall here. And then what I'll do here is I'll take this distance, I'll copy it, I'll hit escape, and then I'm going to open that wall and I'm going to add this to the thickness of this wall assembly. And look at what that did. Maybe interesting. Now let's also just do one more thing. I don't know if this is a needed step, but it's just something I do. This is now a unique wall type. So I can get into wall properties and say this is a partition wall, which means that it's not going to frame into the other walls in case we need to show appropriate framing for this. And then the next thing that we're going to do is end up dropping in, you guessed it, just a doorway. So you're just going to create a doorway here. You need to open that doorway up because we have two walls assemblies stacked side by side and get to that casing panel. And from there, say that we're not going to go through in case of a double wall option. All right. Now this doorway happens to have no jamb, no casing, etc. I also have a tool that just is going to make this into an arched door. So you're going to see this very soon here. So I just get to snap this to the edge. Snap this to the edge like that. Let's go ahead and pull a little camera view. Maybe I'll throw in a little light here just so we can see. Let's throw in a little camera view. And what we should see, there you go. The floor's finished into this room. All of our drywall transitions are there. That's all working correctly. And so we can see here, that did a pretty good job. Now, there's a new feature for dropping in lights into ceilings. Because this is not a ceiling, that's one of the only downfalls or pitfalls is you're going to have to do something in order to get a light up into the ceiling, which might mean that you just change its offset from the ceiling, or maybe it's that you change it to a floor reference light instead. And then the last thing that we can kind of do here is we can throw in a cabinet, right? And so it wants to butt to this wall immediately. It's a little harder to get it to butt inside of there because it sees that doorway. But with these new X17 tools, you can see here, I can just punch in 0 right here. That's going to push that against that back wall. Pretty cool. And I could even resize this if I want to by clicking on this dimension, clicking on this little guy here that tells it to resize and say 0 inch. Same thing over here. And click on this little guy and say 0 inch. So now I've filled that cavity with a cabinet. Pretty cool.